What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about Philip Rivers, who I'm sure, as many of you know, retired this morning from the NFL, and we're just going to be breaking down his career and debating whether or not he should be in the Hall of Fame. So Rivers was drafted by the Chargers in 2004 alongside the class with Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger. He was there for 16 years until eventually going to the Colts for this last season, his 17th season. He didn't start for the first 2 years as he was just working behind Drew Brees, who once he became a free agent, Philip Rivers took that top spot and was able to play the role that Drew Brees had once played. He had a very impressive career. In total, he had the fifth most passing yards among quarterbacks with 63,440. He had the fifth most passing touchdowns ever with 421, and he made the Pro Bowl 8 times. Also, something that I just thought was so cool was he never missed a game. He played through all of it. He had 252 straight starts, even one time through a torn ACL because he just really wanted to play in the AFC Championship game in 2007. He unfortunately never made the Super Bowl, and his playoff record was never too impressive. He ended his career 5-7, which, as great of a quarterback as he was, that is probably not the most impressive thing. But I personally think it's more because of the Chargers team that he was dealing with. The Chargers has never been a very stable organization. They went through 5 different head coaches through his 16-year stay there, which is one like every 3 years. Which, if you think about that, with all those different coaching changes and probably roster changes and culture changes, that's why I think the team never got together. But I think that Rivers was able to make it work the whole time nonetheless. And so I guess the argument is, now does he make the Hall of Fame? Because I've seen a lot of different sides of this argument. Some people think that, oh, for sure. I mean, he's had such a big impact on the league. He has he's in the top 5 for passing yards and touchdowns. This is a no-brainer. And then there's other people that are saying, well, maybe he was great in the regular season, but his postseason record just isn't quite impressive enough to get him up to the status of like a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, I don't think it's like a Brady or a Peyton Manning where it's just like, oh my God, of course, there's no question. But I do think that he should be put in the Hall of Fame. I think, well, one, just the impact he's had on the league with, being here 17 years. This isn't really Hall of Fame, but like just the competitiveness, the trash talk, and the love for the game. It was just so respectable. He is one of my most respected quarterbacks. And while he was always pretty stiff, he had such a good arm, such good accuracy. And, that went away as time went on. But he still stayed the great competitor, the great arm, the great player. And as a Patriots fan, he was always just causing trouble throughout the years for the Patriots. Just putting a little bit of a thorn in our side. And it was one of those things, it was frustrating because we would have these really competitive games with him. But you had to respect the game. But I do think he should be there. I see the argument that his postseason career isn't as impressive, but I do think that's because of the team, not because of him personally. And I think just a quarterback that has had such a great impact on the league should be in the Hall of Fame. While, again, he didn't have the great postseason career and the Super Bowl rings that other quarterbacks who are going to make the Hall of Fame have, I don't think that you can look at it just that way. I think you have to look at it as the player he was and the impact he left on the league. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Let me know what you think about him being in the Hall of Fame down in the comments, and subscribe.